Sure, Ma, sure. Yeah, I've always been a good boy. You know me, Ma.
Another indication that he's one of the McCrearys of the family.
No, I don't care about Packy. Listen, Ma, I gotta go.
Packy.
Love you.
There's another clue.
Good to see you.
I'm sure.
You make things 1% better, that's enough. That's our duty.
If you say so.
Oh, I do say so.
Again, Nico with the mercenary personality.
Any means necessary. And you? What do you want?
I want to get paid.
I don't like working with cops. Can we just get this over with?
So listen, I got something I need you to do.
This is the last time.
No,
Of course.
it isn't.
Some drug
More like
dealer
the
is holed
third
up in a
last
tower
time.
block in East Holland. I need him dealt with.
Isn't that police work?
Sure. And the moon is made of cheese and the streets is paved with gold. Wake up!
That is a little bit funny, actually, the way he says it.
Sin! He is sin! But it'll take me a year to get the evidence.
How much?
Oh, how much? Good money.
I wonder if Francis knows that Nico recently robbed the Bank of Liberty with one of his brothers. I also wonder if he knows that he's working for the IAA too. I suppose the contact is undercover. Nobody is supposed to know.
I say he was about right. Okay, you got a deal. Head on up to Vork's site and call me.
I'll take one of Roman's cabs. I haven't used one of them in ages.
Hey, Roman, you couldn't send a cab for a cousin in need, could you?
Wait right there, MB. I'm dispatching one now.
I bet he really enjoyed doing that. You've got to admire Roman for working at midnight at least. It's currently 3 in the morning.
Roman is doing well. You see this new car, my friend?
Also, because he was on a quote hot streak, he was able to acquire better cabs. They'd actually make for a good getaway vehicle.
Come on, buddy.
That ought to teach him for running me over twice. I feel a love-hate relationship between Nico and Muhammad. I feel as though they're enjoying making each other's lives a misery in the brief time they have together. Anyway, I haven't actually introduced the video yet. Hi ladies and gentlemen, Spenny here, and welcome back to Grand Theft Auto 4 Part 12. This should be another action-packed episode as we're really deep into the game's story. This mission a perfect example of this. So we need to take out a dealer in the projects, as long as it's not Dwayne. That would be a crazy twist if it was either him or Playboy. Suddenly, the choice in the last episode didn't matter.
Remember, you're doing a real service for the community by getting rid of this scumbag.
Francis McCreary is the community now? You're starting to sound like your friend Manny.
I was about to say the same thing. Anyway, I know where to go.
This ain't the place for you, son.
Just go for it. Not even think about it. I have to admit, I had my weapons out too early. I got carried away. Of course, manual aim, I can't forget that. I'm also very low on health. I need to be careful with that. Crouching, because enemies on ground can shoot at you. That's the thing with manual aim and low health. You have to think more about staying alive. I'm certainly using the fire from cover mechanic a lot more than usual. Now, I know if you get wasted, you can get back to where you were before faster than the predecessor thanks to taxis and the occasional checkpoint, but I still prefer to succeed in one go, especially if I played this game so much. Got him.
Yeah! Yeah!
Shit!
Motherfuckers!
Oh, no you don't. See what I mean? I only stop here specifically to stay in cover. It's been a while. Some parts of the mission are vague to me, though it's sort of what I want if it involves Francis. I know there's a first aid kit nearby, however.
Enjoy this, bitch!
Really? A bin? Why not a boulder or a paint can from Home Alone? They would have been more effective. It would have wasted me on the spot. There's a first aid kit, but there's another enemy there shooting at me. I gotta be careful. Oh my god. God, this is like the Teddy Benavides mission all over again. Oh, thank God. Anyway, I think one more floor of enemies. Yeah, it's a lot harder with the manual aim. It's also harder too because I'm trying to talk at the same time. Oh, there's another one there. There's two, actually. I might throw a grenade.
Got you now!
Chew on this. Oh, there he goes. Just want to make sure the coast is clear, because once I deal with Clarence, it's not the end of it.
Yo, man, you got me. Chill. I surrender. You wouldn't kill an unarmed man, would you?
Now, unlike every character I've spared on this playthrough, I am not giving Clarence that privilege, because if you do, I know in advance that he doesn't keep his promise and reappears in a random encounter where you have to kill him anyway.
Sorry.
I don't get why I have a wanted level if I'm doing a job on behalf of a policeman. A corrupt one, I know. But you think Francis would pull some strings in this case unless he's a sergeant of a small portion of Algonquin? Besides, you get that privilege later on in the story after you complete all his missions. Whatever. Just go. Move. Run. Thank you, taxi. I think I did him a favor knocking him down, keep him out of harm's way, maybe. That felt frustrating for some reason. Alright, because for the rest of the episode, it's going to be a recurring theme throughout.
Streets are a little bit cleaner now he's gone. 1%. Always hope.
Whatever you say. They don't look much cleaner from where I'm standing.
Not while Bellick is around anyway. Speaking of McCreary's, we're going to see another one that Francis claims is the worst. And to get there, the third and final island is now unlocked. Alderney, based off New Jersey. When I find a cab, I'm going to go into it as soon as possible. I mean, we need a specific... Listen to that phone go off. I think I'm receiving a call, but because I'm under the tunnel, it won't receive. Sometimes just before the phone rings, a comment pointed it out on an older episode. It makes a dithering noise like phones from the past. Can't believe they actually put it in this game. Again, another minor detail that doesn't exactly improve the controls, but it signifies effort and attention to detail.
My family.
Hey!
I'm beyond being taken care of now.
Hey!
Hey!
Your brother said you needed a hand. Looks like you'll need more than that.
Yeah, cool.
This is me almost every morning during the winter season.
Hey! Wake up, you fucking junkie!
I'm awake. I was just wishing you'd leave.
Why do you do this to yourself?
Because it feels nice. Because it feels better to be high than not.
Does it stop you thinking?
It stops you caring, which is even better.
Like Faustin, Dimitri, Dwayne, Playboy, it's another example of a character whose backstory can have its own game because it's so developed, yet subtle with the way they talk about it. Just hints.
Maybe that's what your brother was talking about. When they said you needed help taking care of all the business.
Including what other McCreary family members say about him, Derrick talking about his friends. You get a little more explanation in the next couple of missions with him, and relying on drugs to cope with these demons. If you listen to their conversations, it all comes together almost seamlessly as the expansions. You honestly discover something new every playthrough.
I made a mistake, but I admitted it.
We all make mistakes.
Exactly. And this guy is still threatening to kill me and my family.
What's his name?
Bucky Sligo. Shut him and his pals up.
Okay.
I feel like every mission by this point requires a police car. At least this one is readily available since this park is right next to a police station. I don't think they saw that, it's not like an alarm went off. Again, like Lyle Rivas, first playthrough I didn't even know how to spell Bucky Sligo's name correctly. I think I spelt it Silgo because I'm an idiot, especially if his name is right there. And in case you're wondering, no, Nico isn't on here. But he is in the police database on the in-game internet, and his criminal record simply says Grand Theft Auto 2008.
Apparently your guy hangs out at the burger shop in Alderney.
Go check it out. Make sure his boys are there. I want them all to pay.
Actually, before we go to the burger shot, I'm gonna give Jacob a call to upgrade my weapon arsenal, add some body armor, and find a place to replenish my health, because this is one of the hardest missions of the whole game. The kind of one where I actually prefer to not say anything and concentrate. Look at this, arriving with a cop car. I bet Jacob was worried for a second. I can explain. I also like that Jacob spawns literally a block away, even if his apartment is on the other side of the map, which means he's literally on the way to the marker. Hey, the M4 is unlocked too. I don't think it was available the last time I got a weapon from Jacob. Must have unlocked it after the 3-leaf clover mission. Pleasure doing business, Jacob. Now let's get a first aid kit and then drive to Burger Shot. I think I already said this, but I wonder why other emergency vehicles weren't used in this game. Like use a fire truck to put out a fire on a car or building, or an ambulance to get someone hurt out of a shootout, something like that. I suppose they would eventually get utilized in Chinatown wars. I could have replenished my health here, but I didn't want to accidentally trigger the mission marker. Trust me, I need full health for the next part.
Run to your friends, Bucky. Cops are here.
And as you can see, Bucky is taking a peculiar route through every alleyway in Alderney. And I think the reason for this is because, as I mentioned in the reviews of GTA 4 and the expansions, when you play through the game's stories, basically the complete package, you would have explored almost every inch of this map without realizing. That's what makes the level design so clever in all the Rockstar games actually. Like if you look at the map of GTA 5 after you complete it, almost the whole thing has been explored. And now we get to why this mission is so hard. It's not the sheer volume of enemies in this house, it's whenever you fire a single bullet. See look, you trigger the wanted level despite being shot at. See look at this, they're going after... No way! And now I have 3 stars just like that. It's already hard enough taking out these enemies just waiting for you, but also the police come into the house as well. The footage speaks for itself, really. In fact, I counted during post-production 10 police officers in that house at that moment, all charging at you like a battering ram with guns attached to them. Maybe they knew I stole one of their cars not that long ago and they're extra pissed off. But not as much as I was when I got wasted. Especially after finding out I had to do it all over again. Now what happened there was that it's programmed for the police to start shooting after they spot you. So if you're indoors with lots of walls and rooms, and are programmed to have a sense of anticipation that you could be right next to them, and as you just saw there with 3 stars, they can easily gang up on you. And also didn't help that my health was flashing red low. Here's the thing, if I had the auto aim turned off, I would just charge straight at Bucky's boys like the cops. But it's really hard to be accurate without it, it really is. I'm not saying it sucks, it's just more challenging. But I guess that's the point.
Hello, this is the LCPD. Where would you like us to send an officer?
West Dyke.
An LCPD peacekeeper.
I don't know why I decided to call the cops to do it all for me. Desperation, I guess? Because while they at least recognize a crime committed by someone other than you, and it is actually possible for them to clear all the enemies, in this instance they don't have a clue what they're doing. No wonder crime is so high in Liberty City. So Nico decided to bite the bullet again, almost literally, and go in there with a better idea of where the enemies are. I was luckier this time because the police fortunately didn't enter the house, but as you can see from the health bar, barely. So many close calls in this episode. Even here, just before I was about to enter the paint spray, a police car is nearby. So I have to drive over the building, that way nobody sees me, and then drive off it into the alleyway.
Jesus Christ, about damn time.
Good to hear your voice. To speak to you, I mean.
Derrick, you okay? Bucky and his boys are dead.
What? Sorry, not off for a second. Bucky dead? Good. Yeah, alive.
I don't care what's going on in your head or how many drugs you're on right now. You owe me a lot for that one, Derrick. I reckon that was harder than the bank mission.
I'll speak to you when you're back among the living.
So let's replenish my health at my safe house, and then do something at least a lot more peaceful.
Dwayne, want to get something to eat?
Sure, I'll wait for you for an hour.
Okay, man. I'm heading over.
Should be close by since I'm currently at Playboy's old apartment. Now before I started the mission with Ray in the last episode, I got a call from Dwayne asking to hang out after the positive response to his email. But I chose the mission because I played so much of the game up to that point and wanted to end it with an epic mission. So I thought I'd give him a call now. I was going to do it straight after the Francis mission, but it was too early. Because some characters have a period when they're sleeping, like if you try to call someone at 4 in the morning, they'll be like, "What are you doing? I'm trying to sleep." And get a thumbs down. Except for Roman, he never sleeps.
Ramen!
Are you sleeping, you fat
No,
fuck?
no way.
Come on!
Sorry, I take it back.
Hey, man, you look well. Let's go. You ever spend time inside?
Prison?
Seriously, the audio outside the car, all these horns and voices need to be turned down whenever a conversation is occurring. I really don't like that. Okay, the closest one. It's actually meant to be the fanciest.
This kind of a fancy place. Think I'm gonna like this.
The sort of thing only Brucey would go to every night.
Yo, can you take me back to Northwood? Money, broke, happy, unhappy, don't mean shit. Realize life don't mean shit, man.
Dwayne and Nico have interesting conversations, how they relate to each other in different ways, how they see the world because of their past, and eventually the conversations become more positive the more you hang out with Dwayne. I think sparing him was the right call.
Hey, man, good chilling with you. We should do this again. Hit me up soon, son.
My car, idiot.
Seriously, are the police trying to deliberately position themselves with an excuse to chase Bellic? Because they seem to get triggered every corner he drives past. In fact, right after I lost him, I accidentally stole a taxi rather than try to hop in the back seat, which triggered it again. This is what, the 5th time on this episode? But the good news is I accidentally ran into a random character who just happened to be Hassan from the opening cutscene of the game on the platypus.
Hey!
Hey,
Nico! It's me, Hassan!
Hassan! How are you? Wow, man. It's good to see you.
He said in an email that he moved to Florida, presumably Vice City, but here he is.
After 3 months on that ship, let's just say I was not cut out for the sailor's life. Ah, shit. It's good to see you.
You too.
This is probably the first character Nico has approached where he didn't think this person was just another Liberty City fruitcake on first impression.
What are you up to, Nico?
This and that. I make money how I can.
If you look at this stolen and smashed up taxi, that gives a perfect indication of what I'm up to in this city. Oh, there goes the bonnet.
Meet me. Wait here. Hey, man. You got that money? I've been waiting a while.
I forgot to ask. You got a visa? I ain't giving good American currency to an illegal.
Oh, you are going down. Was the headbutt necessary?
I'm sick of punks like this screwing over hard workers. Because their grandfather got off the boat here, not them.
Hey, man, that's the way the city works. Scumbags can do what they like to us. We're at the bottom of the pile. He's running for it! Catch him!
No, he's not. I got him. I also tried to take his car because, look at it, but all it did was take me straight to the taxi. It must be locked, but who can blame me for trying? Also, this is the 6th time the wanted level has been triggered in this episode.
Here's some of my pay. Call it the stuff I'm not giving to the taxman. See you around, Nico.
Thanks, man. You didn't have to do this, but thanks.
Now, I was going to see Francis again because it's a very quick one, but I want to end the episode with a bang. So we'll see the ULP contact next. Feels like it's been an eternity since I've done that. I'm not going to dignify that with a response.
Come in. You're late, and please calm down out there.
Excuse me?
I didn't give you a free pass to act like an asshole. You're bringing a lot of heat.
I like how he mentions that you've been getting into trouble and it's not unique dialogue. The writers knew you would go crazy because it's Grand Theft Auto. Oh, and I also robbed a bank. The contact knows all.
To me? Who am I? There's 100 guys in this building alone who fit my description. Middle-aged men, paunchy, glasses. You bring them here? What's this? Empty office leased to a man who died in the last days of Vietnam?
It took me a long time to understand what he's saying. Basically, if you get caught, we disappear and you're screwed. So watch yourself.
I need someone neutralized, but I need to know his movements first.
Can I get paid for this? Can I get a medal?
Did you get a medal in your last war?
What did you give Michelle? For me?
Michelle? Karen? We gave her her life back.
Another small clue of what would become of Karen in GTA 5.
We gave her some money. She still works for us.
What about me?
We'll discuss that later.
I initially questioned why he couldn't just supply the helicopter, but they didn't know the movements at first. Then after they found out he moves from the air, that's when you need one. It's also a good excuse to drive around half of Algonquin and take and fly a helicopter, which is the first time in the story that you do. But since it's another forced chase mission, though a more exciting one than the last one with Gerald, I'll take this chance to explain why I'm using the PlayStation 3 version to play this game. Yes, the PC port has the better graphics and frame rate obviously, but I've heard that it's such a faff just to get working because of the Rockstar launcher, removal of songs, and even with a high-end PC you can't get maximum graphics. To me it's just not worth the effort. That, and as I said at the beginning of the first episode, I'm using the same copy I bought in 2009 to play right now. It's the version I'm most familiar with, and that's part of the enjoyment for me personally, experiencing it like it was a decade ago. In fact, changing the topic a bit, Grand Theft Auto 4 is actually my introduction to the HDMI cable. I bought a PlayStation 3 the same year, GTA 4 was one of the first games I bought, but one day I played it at a friend's house, also for the PS3. I noticed that the footage quality looked a billion times better than mine, and I was wondering why. Then I noticed this cable plugged into the console. Yes, despite using a plasma TV to play the console at the time, it turned out I kept using the composite cable for a couple of months, not realizing it needed this to unlock its graphical potential. Look, I didn't think about that sort of thing at the time, cut me a break. But yeah, I got a HDMI cable ASAP and it transformed the system for me. Now obviously today it looks a lot muddier, even compared to the Xbox 360. I mentioned it in the Need for Speed Carbon review. I think it has to do with how complex of a system the PlayStation 3 is, and the developers hated making games for it during the console's early life cycle. But point is, this game was one of the introductions to the world of HD gaming for me. It's a story I'll bring up again if I ever review the PlayStation 3 as a console and its history. Anyway, I know the helicopter lands here, you have to wait for it first. There he goes. Yeah, I already got two immediately. Get to cover. And use an M4. I also noticed all the enemies I've taken out for the IAA are all Russian. It must be another reason why the contact chose Nico, because of his beef with Dmitry, who the agency is also trying to take down. Like the last mission with the contact, I breezed with precision. One thing that is really cool is once you grab the helicopter, this happens every time. Watch this.
Okay then, let's fly this thing.
Watch this guy get in there. Look at this, there he is, he's hanging up in the air. Look at him go! Let's see how high we can go. He must have bought the helicopter with his own money because he clearly doesn't want me to take it. He's gotta let go eventually. There he goes! And then we got a call from Roman straight after that. Yet another scripted activity request when his cousin is like, not right now.
Really get into this. Come down!
I don't know if you can hear it, Roman, but I'm in a helicopter. Yes, that is the crazy shit I am having to get up to after you introduced me to Michelle, or Karen, or whatever her name really is.
Technically it was Mallory who introduced Karen to Nico, but he does have a point. If I told you this
is Michelle. Hi, how are you?
would lead to this, and later on this, well, you'd be annoyed at me for spoiling it, but also relieved because of how slow this game is for the first couple of hours. Remember part 1? And now we're piloting a helicopter.
They're going to strip it down and put it back together. It should be ready for you when you need it.
Why would I need it?
The guy I told you about. The guy you need to eliminate. The only way you'll get to him is in the air. I'll call you when we have a window. Goodbye.
Alright, we'll stop there. If there's two things I've learnt about this episode, it's one, cops really don't like Nico Bellic. I literally triggered the wanted level 8 times unintentionally on this episode alone. And two, I underestimated how difficult this game can be without the auto aim, especially the one with Derrick. It seemed like each shootout had a moment when my health was flashing red, but at least it makes for a more unique experience than my previous playthroughs, and it's more exciting. I was planning on concluding it with a helicopter ride with Brucey, but then I realized it was 7 in the morning and he was sleeping. As I said before, characters actually have sleeping schedules. Ah well, serves him right for always sending messages and phone calls at me every 2 seconds. So here's an alternative. It auto-saved before I did it, so it's all good. He's fine. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, Patreon, Twitter, Facebook. Thank you all for continuing to watch. It feels like I've done this series for over a year now, and speak to you soon.